Hello, my name is Beverly Ndefoyne, journalist and communication specialist, and this is Impact Voices.
Hi everyone, my name is Professor David Tshidzumba. I am from South Africa. I am a Mandela Washington Fellow 2022 at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. What is impact? Well, I think impact is change. Impact is the ability to change perception. Impact is the ability to also inspire and guide the next generation. How have I impacted my community or my country back home? I think as a young person, my impact lies in the ability for me to bridge the gap between some government processes and also, the communities on the ground. And what I mean by government processes, I mean in terms of climate change. How do we engage with our government to make sure that our communities also know and are comfortable with engaging government on issues that really impact them on the ground. So that is where my work is in. And to further elaborate on that, I am an environmental scientist by profession, and I am an environmental activist by trade. And that is what I do on a daily basis. I am also the executive director of a non-profit organization that is called Save Our Limpopo Valley Environment, which is SOLVE, because we believe in solving the issues in the Limpopo Valley environment. So what we do, we are an environmental justice organization. Our work involves conservation, community engagement, youth engagement, and also capacity building within our communities. Our vision when the organization was started by our funders in 2009 by Mr. Wally Schultz and Johan Fourie was to create an environmentally conscious community that is also active citizens within their country. And by active citizens, we mean civic engagement, meaning that the community is aware and they take charge of what goes around in their community. And that is where the vision of the organization started. And with me, I am continuing that vision, but also adding my own youthful flavor or twist to it, because what was done back then does not necessarily translate to what is going on right now and where we want to be in future. So our vision right now is to get more youth involved in issues pertaining to the environment. We all know that climate change is an existential crisis. This is something that our generation has to take up, and this is our burden to bear. And I believe that we need to bring in more young people into the sustainability and environmental sectors to say that we can develop, because development is inevitable, but we must do so in a sustainable manner that will conserve our resources, that even the next generation can still derive benefits from those resources. We have been involved in advocacy projects. The organization successfully stopped a coal mine from being established in 2014 within the valley. We also were part of the advocacy to get water in our local municipality. We successfully took, with other partners, the district municipality back home to court, and we got a high court interdict that was in our favor to actually force the municipality to provide water for our communities in our district and local municipalities. Right now, we are currently working on a campaign against a meteorological special economic zone, which is a partnership between the South African government and the Chinese, which aims to contribute around 16% of South Africa's national carbon budget when this is fully operational. And we see that as something that is not sustainable, does not talk to the skills of the people, as the region that I come from, the Limpopo Valley, is a hugely farming and tourism community. We are the fruit basket of our country, and we believe that is the developmental trajectory that we should be taking, as opposed to extractive industries, which will have everlasting destruction in our environment and also affecting the livelihoods of the natives. Secondly, we are heavily invested in the youth, as I myself am a youth. So we are then now trying to introduce, climate change and civic engagement within youth in our region. And what we are doing, our programs include, engaging the primary school kids using art and introducing climate change using art as a vector. The secondary kids, we are going to them and kind of giving them the skills for them to develop or even kind of know how to do their university applications and career guidance, also in the fourth industrial revolution and towards the green economy, so that our graduates of tomorrow are geared and are ready for tomorrow's workplace and the demands of the job market. And if I were to put it in numbers, I really can't put it into numbers because you don't know the type of impact. It's not quantifiable, but you see it in change in perception. You see it in the conversations that are being had in the community radios, in the local TV stations, and you see communities or community members from those communities that you've worked in actually now starting to internalize and take ownership of some of the work that we've done. They understand it, and you can see them putting it into practice every day. And what we would also aim to do is launching other organizations in different communities in our region, in the Limpopo Valley. Then that will create, that civic engagement culture where in each and every community there is an organization that may be speaking towards healthcare, access to healthcare, women's rights, women in farming, conservation, the environment, youth unemployment, and all of these things that will create a vibrant community, or even create a structure where we have these different organizations working together to try and address the socio-economic issues of the day. And also in conservation, I think our organization is trying to move away from traditional conservation, which is really elitist and very exclusionary for the natives or, the local people, where access to some of the resources that supported their livelihoods are then taken away from them, and people don't feel part of that conservation. And you start to see this human-wildlife conflict in terms of poaching and deforestation, all the works. So we need to find a module or develop a module where conservation is inclusive. It recognizes that people and the environment need to work hand in hand and have a mutualistic relationship, that they can both benefit from each other in terms of sustainably developing and also, conserving the environment. And I think that is what we are striving towards. We have more projects that are coming up. I think one that I could share with you right now is the Visions Project, where we are going to be, engaging young kids and asking them what is their ideal future, what would they do if they were in power, and we're just going to see from that and try and share their stories and their views, because we believe that tomorrow's minds are tomorrow's leaders, and we need to cultivate that leadership within them. And lastly, just an advice to some of you who are watching and what you should do if you want to create your own impact in your own corner of the world is to just start and have a strong self-belief. We are going to be our own, innovators. We are our own change makers. We are our own solution bringers. We need to do that on our own. We should not rely on somebody coming in and bringing solutions to our problems. We should stand up, take the mantle, and grab the problems and solutions, challenges by the throat, because nobody can do that for us.
Impact Voices, amplifying the stories of people effecting positive change around you.